Hello, this is Craig Christensen with H4 Technology. Today I'm going to go over the self-service module as a part of the NHIS system. If you are a member hospital and subscribe to the NHIS through NHA, you'll have access to the claims data tables and reports for all the data that's submitted from the member hospitals. The overview will contain, we'll go over the home page, how to select data models and data fields, filtering and exporting data, creating graphs and charts, saving those to your own visual gallery, and then creating dashboards in the tool. So when you log into NHIS, you'll see the home page. Up in the upper right hand corner, you'll have the self-service analytics icon here. Looks like a chart, a blue chart. And in the self-service tool, what we'll be able to show you is how to select and create data from the member hospitals that are submitting data to NHA on a quarterly basis. In the upper right-hand corner, you'll have these, in the self-service analytics page, you'll have these icons. So we have a home, an analysis, a dashboards and reports area on the left-hand side of the self-service module. And this is where you start to create your own analysis. As you can see, I have a folder structure there, my items and global menu. I also can add folders there. So I've seen people do research folders, HIM folders, market analysis folders, those type of things to organize their work. In the middle, you'll see your analysis, dashboards, and reports that you've built. Anytime you create a new one, it'll start with the untitled analysis, and then you can rename it and save your work, or click on the trash can icon on the right to delete it. So the first thing you want to do is create an analysis. So we have a variety of data sources available for you. There's claims, pricing guide, and reference data. So on the analysis, you'll have these tabs up top. You'll have data tabs, formula tabs, filter, add chart, add crosstab. So in this example that I'm going to show you, we selected a data model, so we did inpatient claims, and then now that pulls up that data table. And so I can select the specific data fields that I want to use in a chart or graph, or just a data extraction. So the data fields have the field name, they're alphabetical, so you can check the boxes you want. And then you click on the apply column selection once you have your data selected. I did have one note in here on the outpatient claims and outpatient claim lines. Those can be linked together, so you have multiple data tables linked for more information to pull different data fields out of both tables. So once I hit the apply column selection, I will get the data table down below. So this it builds below, and I like to use this to look at the data I'm seeing and how I want to create my chart. So you can hide and show columns, you can sort and drag and drop the columns and rearrange them, aggregate the data, you can left click and you have sorting capabilities and filters as well. Or you could just use the these column, sort, group, and aggregate functions up top here. Once I have my data tables laid out, I can click the download icon if I wanted to download that entire data set. But I'd rather have you guys filter on that first, which is the next section. So what we can do is save that data table. And so that is the check mark box icon, and you can rename that data table and save it to what's called your visual gallery. Now your visual gallery is your own area of graphs and charts and tables that you have created that can be used in a dashboard or report that you build in the self-service tool. So the next thing I want to talk about is filtering. So on the data tab, the third column over is filtering, and this is the most common way to minimize the data set. And so you can select the data field from the first tab that you want to filter on. Common are date ranges, so you can do date range from a specific date, maybe a specific quarter you want, or year. Also, you can look at specific codes or claims. So you can apply multiple filters, so you can just click add and do multiple. If I needed a date range plus a CPT code, I can do that through the filtering logic here. Once we add our filters, then we can add our chart. And the chart is defaulted to bar, but I also have lines, curved lines, pies, scatter plots, heat maps, and gauges. And so along the top. So once I click add chart, I can click on, in this case I chose pie, and then I have my label column and my data column. And when I click the drop down list of those, I'll have options from the first tab of the data fields that I selected. So I can do sums, I can do counts, I can do distinct counts. You know, in pie charts you generally show either values or percentages if you want to show that. Additionally, there's showing top values if you just wanted, 10 or 20 values, or you could also show or hide the others column if you had a bar chart and let's say a majority of your data was smaller values and they lump up into an others column. So once I get my data graph situated the way I like, I can rename it and save it to the visual gallery to be used later. So the next icon is I want to add a dashboard. So I click the dashboard icon from the home screen, and this is where it comes right into your visual gallery. And this one's a little scrunched, but I wanted to show you, some of the things that that I had in my visual gallery so that you can look at. So these are some samples. You can click add to add those to the data dashboard that you created. And then once you have them in the data dashboard, you can resize them, rearrange kind of the format. On the dashboard itself, there's a tab. It starts with one tab, but I could easily add multiple tabs to the dashboard. And then if I click on the gear icon, I have the ability to change the formatting, if I wanted 1 column, 2 columns, 3 columns, free form, those type of things. And then I simply drag and drop the information around. Okay, the next area, so this is an example of a dashboard I created based on some county filters for, I think it was Fillmore and Clay County for a quarter, for 2018 Q1 through 2019 Q2. And so you can see I did a time series. I have the variety of providers in that admissions. I also summed the payer mix. So I got the total Medicare and a few other groups. Down below, I'll show you, we have admitting diagnosis descriptions, counts of individuals by, so if I needed individual patient counts, I could do that. Or if you wanted to compare, contrast any of the data fields collected. So that's the basics of creating a self-service report or dashboard for you. I'll get into some other documents or other formats down the road here as I get more and more examples from providers at NHA. I did want to bring up a couple things. We created an NHIS user guide document. That is a specific user guide for the self-service tool. This is available to you. Additionally, we created a new web page for the training items. So I can easily go to, I don't want to pin that. Go to the h4technology.com/NHIS system. I'm creating these user videos. So if you wanted to share this with anyone else at your organization or just review the content or material from one of our webinars, I'm posting these videos here. So I have an NHIS overview, the market analysis, pricing guide, and now a self-service piece. If you have questions, we're here to help answer them. More information is coming. We're doing webinars at noon on the 23rd, October 23rd and the 30th, as well as November 6th, specifically on the self-service tool. Once again, in 2020, we're going to start taking over the data management SFTP process for NHA, where we can actually accept the files and then scrub them and clean them and create output production files for the NHIS system. I'll go into real quickly. If you have questions or comments, please reach out to us. Once again, this is Craig at H4 Technology. David DeVries is with NHA, and if you have need access to the market analysis or pricing guide tools, or the self-service options, please reach out to him. Or if you have questions on their data services packages, please reach out to David. Thank you very much, and I look forward to hopefully you'll show up on a webinar, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks.